Hello, welcome to week 6. Today we're going to give you one example to help you understand conservation of mass equation. So here we have a container. More accurately, it's a reactor where you have two inlets. They're number 1 and number 2, and also one outlet, number 3. You can usually find this in a chemical factory. It is usually used for chemical reactions, where number 1 and number 2 are two separate reactants, and number 3 is the products. Okay, so we know velocity at 1 to 3 is uniform and a normal, so that's great news because we know it's a 1D problem. You can easily use rho VA to calculate mass flow rate. And then the second thing we know is it's at a steady state. That's also good to have because no property changes over time. In addition, we know mass flow rate m dot 1 is equal to 40 kilogram per second. Cross-sectional area A2 is equal to 25 centimeters squared. Specific volume nu2 is given as 1.0078 times 10 to negative 3 cubic meter per kilogram. And then in addition, Q3 is given as 0.06 cubic meter per second. Like we said before, Q is used for both heat transfer and volume flow rate. So how do you know which one is which? We can easily tell from the unit. So here you can see the unit is cubic meter, which is the unit for volume, divided by second, which is the unit for time. So volume over time, that's volume flow rate. If it is for heat transfer, you have to use joule for the unit. Substance at number 3 is saturated liquid water. So that means it's point F. And we know P3, the pressure at number 3 is 7 bar. We're looking for V2, velocity of the fluid at surface number 2. Okay, so let's start from conservation of mass equation. Sigma m dot I minus sigma m dot E. Right hand side is dmCv over dt. mCv is the mass of the control volume. So right hand side must go to 0. Why? Because it is at steady state. No property changes over time. So the change over time must be 0. Okay, next one, sigma m dot I. That's the combination of all mass flow rate at all inlets. Okay, so we have two inlets. They are m dot 1 plus m dot 2 minus sigma m dot E. Sigma m dot E is the summation of the mass flow rate of all outlets. And we only have one, which is m dot 3. Right hand side, 0. Okay, m dot 1 is directly given. We don't need to do anything about it. M dot 2, not yet. M dot 3, not yet. Okay, so let's continue. Copy m dot 1 and plus, what do you want to do about m dot 2? We can easily rewrite mass flow rate with that equation we derived last time. Rho v a. Rho is density, v is velocity, and a is cross-sectional area. So now add a subscript, rho 2, v2, and a2. Okay, so now, and then minus m dot 3. How do we write mass flow rate? Do we still use rho VA or do we use something different? Mass flow rate is equal to rho VA from last time and also can be calculated from another equation. What is that? Volume flow rate. Volume flow rate multiplied by density is equal to mass flow rate. So for m dot 3, I'm going to use this equation, q dot 3 times rho 3. Why? Because q dot 3 is already given. Okay, right hand side still 0. And keep in mind, we're looking for V2. So what we're going to do is to perform algebra and move V2 alone to the left hand side and everything else to the other side. So algebra gives you Q3 times rho 3 minus m dot 1 divided by rho 2 and a2. All right, and then in this class, we usually do not deal with density. What do we deal with? We deal with the inverse of density. Inverse of density is specific volume nu. So now we rewrite rho 2 and rho 3 in this equation. So it becomes Q3 over nu 3 minus m dot 1 divided by A2 over nu 2. So now let's take a look. If we have everything in the right-hand side, then we can solve this problem. M dot 1 given. Q3 volume flow rate is given. Do we know nu 3? We do not know nu 3. What about A2? 25 centimeters squared given. Nu 2. Nu 2 is also given. So now this question goes down to looking for nu 3. Looking for nu 3. Nu is specific volume, which is a property. Whenever you look for a property, the first thing you want to do is to find out what's the phase, and then make a plan based on the phase. Okay, so what is the phase of the substance at number 3? At number 3, substance is saturated liquid water, so that means it's point F. Okay, so we're looking for essentially nu F. How do we look for nu F? Yes, very good. You just go to the tables and look for nu F or nu G. Okay, all right, so which table should we start? What we know is P3. P3 is 7 bar. If you want to start from pressure, usually you go to table A3, and you start from temperature, usually you go to table A2. So now this time we need to go to table A3. And we start from the pressure P3, which is given 7 bar. And when you go to the table, what do you look for? Do you remember? Nu 3 is equal to nu F because point 3 is saturated liquid. So nu 3 is just nu G. Sorry, nu 3 is just nu F. All right, so now let's go to the table. Let's take a look. All right, so remember we're going to table A3. Okay, so this is table A3, and we start from pressure. Pressure is in the first column. Our pressure is 7 bar, so we go look for 7 bar. So this is where 7 bar is. And then we find a corresponding nu F, which is in column number 3. Nu F times 10 to the third. And the value is 1.1080. Remember, this is not a true value for nu F. If you go to the top of the table, you see it's nu F times 10 to the third. Here, what does that mean? That means every number in this column has been magnified by 1000 times. So if you want to find a true value, you should multiply the value in the column by 10 to negative 3. Okay, so now we go back to our notes and write down the number. It's 1.1080, and don't forget times 10 to negative 3. Okay, and the unit is cubic meter per kilogram. So I'll make a note here. Do not forget, multiply by 10 to negative 3. Okay, so now we have nu 3, and now we have everything in the right hand side. We can find V2 very easily. Okay, we just plug in the numbers. Q3 is given, that's 0.06 SI unit, divided by nu 3. We just found nu 3, 1.1080 times 10 to negative 3, minus m dot 1. M dot 1 is already given, 40 kilogram per second SI unit, and then divided by A2. A2 is 25 centimeters squared, so multiply by 10 to negative 4 to convert it to meters squared. And then divided by nu 2. Nu 2 is given 1.0078 times 10 to negative 3, and it's in SI unit. So the solution is 5.7. What should be the unit to my solution? Very good, because we used SI unit for everything, then my unit to the solution must also be SI. And for velocity V2, it must be meter per second. That is the unit to the solution.